Okay, 2 seconds. Now what? Are we still recording on here?
It's a go.
It's going. So it's on here. Yeah,
Fuck
sweet. I'll go grab the beers.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. So, you want to listen to a record while we, or now? Get back.
I'm not sure how the copyright will work on that.
Oh, fair.
We can try. I mean,
No, it's all good.
well, I mean, all they would do is do like a cease and desist, and the worst we'd have to do is take the episode off.
It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, I feel like it'd be cool if we just put on like a little bit of a record, you know?
I mean, we can if you want. It's up to you. It's your
I
podcast.
totally just I walked over here.
What do you want to listen to? You want to listen to some Pink Floyd, some Queen, Kendrick Lamar? We got a fucking variety of podcasts.
Let's be real here, though, man. I'm sure everyone who listens to my podcast probably listens to Pink Floyd. All right, let's be real. It's the absurd. So let's not do any of those. We got Sturgill Simpson. We got two Sturgill Simpsons. We got Queen's greatest hits.
Yeah.
But Daniel's got
Oh God.
some people that you may never heard of before.
Yeah, probably not. I'm into electronic dance music. Son Holo, my favorite artist. Probably my second favorite artist. Album 1, it's his first album, and then I also have his second album. It's called Baby Are You Okay? This album's called Album 1. I like Album 1 a little better though, not gonna lie.
So we're not sponsored by Son Holo, and we're not sponsored by Space Dust, but we want to be.
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I can set it up if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Dude, this vinyl is so nice. It's a fucking blue. Nice. I won't turn it up too loud, not gonna lie.
Yeah, we can just have it soft for a little bit.
And honestly, this album is not like your hard, like EDM type shit. It's more like mellow, you know, if you listen to EDM.
Yeah, I think you guys would like it. Whoever you are. Whoever the fuck you guys are. Alright, I gotta grab a bottle opener.
He's a really good guitar player. Like, he's probably the most pronounced guitar player in EDM. Like, he's 35 years old, right? And when he first came out with, like, his album, it was like, why is guitar in EDM music? Why is it like, oh, thank you. Like, it shouldn't be in EDM music, because that's more rock or something like that. Cheers.
It kind of reminds me of Tame Impala a little bit,
Oh, yeah.
but more chill.
Oh, yeah. Very chill.
So you've been to some of his concerts, right?
I've been to 2 of his concerts. Son Holo, I've been to one at the Gorge. I remember Son Holo because he was the first person that I remember actually at a festival. Like, you're in the group of people and you're like kind of just listening to the music and you're just like, wow, we're here type of thing. And he was the first person that I actually remember. There might have been like a few smaller artists before him, but he's the first prominent person that I remembered. I saw him at EDC Las Vegas, and that set was amazing. I was actually fucking crying the entire time. Not the entire time, but it's like,
Part of it.
That when you go to his sets, that's a lot of the time, if you look around, people are either crying or like bawling their eyes out just because they are moved by the fucking music that he makes.
Yeah.
Which is pretty amazing. Oh, sorry. Yeah. How close is it supposed to be?
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's got to be like right here. Otherwise, I'm not sure how well they heard you. It could have been me hearing you through the headphones, or...
Well, I'm not going to go back. It's alright.
No, you're good. I heard you. That's all that matters.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, he's a good artist. I'm glad you like him, honestly.
No, he's good.
We have a very cool, like, variety of music. We got, like, rock.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, I love that album that you have as well. What's your next album?
It's Sturgill Simpson. I also have 2 Sturgill Simpsons. So the next album I want, I'm not really sure. I'd love to get a Kid Cudi album, but they're really expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you been to the Long Ear, just down the road?
Yeah, that's where I bought my Animals record.
Was it nice in there? Or
Oh, yeah, it's cool.
All records?
There's just a couple stoners working at the register, and yeah, you walk up to them, hey man, you got Animals by Pink Floyd? Like, maybe. There's this, like, I walk up to this cat, and I'm thinking this cat was being, like, abused or something. It was all, like, it looked like it was dead almost as it was walking. I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on with this cat? It's got all these tumors and shit.
High or, like, oh, it had tumors.
Yeah, it was, like, this weird-looking cat. I thought it was, like, abused or something. So I was like, hey, man, like, what's wrong with this cat? And the guy's like, oh, yeah, she's 16 years old.
Just old as fuck.
Yeah, she's just old as fuck. Damn, dude. If you're a 16-year-old cat, you got to see a lot of mice in your day.
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever had a cat?
No, I'm allergic to animals. I'm allergic to... Oh, well, okay. I grew up with a cat, and her name was Stockings. It was a family cat. We lived out on the prairie, and when that cat passed away, it was like a surprise to us because we had this like 6-acre lot, and we had this guy come and mow our backyard because it was like hay fever, like brush. You know, like hay fever. Have you ever had hay fever?
No.
So it's basically just like weeds, just like not like anything that you could farm on, basically. Tumbleweed-esque.
Oh, just a bunch of weeds in a yard. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was like we had a cat. It was a barn cat that like we would have to like go and like eat the mice. But one summer he comes by to like take down that hay fever weed or whatever it was, and my dad like jokingly says, "Oh yeah, the guy ran over a cat," and like we were like, "Oh," and then like we hadn't seen him in a while, and my dad was like, "Yeah, that was serious. Like you actually ran him over." I was like, we were like, "What the fuck?" That was the only cat that we had as a kid. My dad jokingly did that shit like that all the time. It was so bad.
It's like, hey man, your grandma died.
Yeah.
Like, haha, Dad, you're so funny.
It was weird. But yeah, that was the only cat. I mean, I don't know if I would ever get a cat. There is one hypoallergenic cat that.
And that's a skinless one?
No,
Or
it's not
not
a skinless.
skinless.
One.
Hairless, not
Not
skinless.
Yeah. There
That'd be
is
fucked.
those cats, but there's one that kind of almost looks like leopard-esque that I might consider.
Oh,
I'm
damn.
not really a cat person though. I'm more of a dog person. If I were to get a hypoallergenic dog, it'd probably be some type of poodle. Poodles aren't allergenic mainly, so I would probably get a poodle. But we almost went in on a snake.
Yeah.
That was so cool. We were so close to doing
It's
that.
like, yeah.
I could
just-
see a spot right there for
Dude,
a
right
little
there.
sanctuary of like snake-esque. That'd be kind of cool.
Dude, that'd be sick. It's like a little python.
Little python.
What color were you looking for?
Oh, I don't know. I like the greens, the green colors, but I feel like the greens are more like tree snakes, you know. And the guy was telling us about how tree snakes are harder to take care of, just because of the habitat. They're more like tropical-esque.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But I think just a boa. I don't know. Something with a little bit of color. Just because like I feel like a normal boa or anything like that just kind of. You want to talk Oakley? Hi Oakley. This is. Have they met Oakley?
Not yet.
This is Oakley. Hi Oakley.
Yeah, this is my girlfriend's dog, Oakley. She's beautiful.
Yeah. Look at her.
What do you think, Oakley?
Got some drink, Oakley.
chug, chug, chug. Dude, if Oakley was drunk, he'd go wild.
Oh yeah. I got my dog high one time.
Really?
Yeah, and it was when I used to smoke a lot, and it was on that same property, like out in the backyard, and it was with like a joint or like a pipe or something like that, and I don't know where I heard this from, but like it must have been from like some of my friends or something like that, or my like dealer at the time, that like you blow smoke into the ear of the dog to get it high, supposedly. And I did that once, and it seemed like it had an effect. Like, it seemed like the dog was just kind of more, like, laid back type of thing. And it just kind of sat there while I smoked. It was kind of cool, not gonna lie.
Dude, I feel like your dog probably had the time of his life.
Yeah. We'll never know. I wish we could talk to dogs and animals. That'd be so sweet. What would be your superpower? Like, talking to animals? Or flying? I don't know.
Flying?
Flying, yeah.
I'd fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you could talk to animals, but, like, just because you can talk to them, like, they don't speak English. You know what I mean? So you'd be like, the dog would be saying, I want to go outside. But, like, in some weird...
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Is that, like, I read the other day that, like, there's no universal language, right? I mean, maybe math, physics.
Yeah.
Maybe. But...
Those don't count.
It'll still count. Sign language, right? Everybody's deaf. I feel like that was our one chance to, like, get, like, a worldwide universal language.
Well, I mean, it is, in a sense.
In a sense. But I learned that each language has their own version of sign language.
No way.
Yeah. And I was like, that was so close. I would have learned sign language. I'm teaching my niece, or not
Dude.
I am, but like my sister and my brother-in-law are teaching my niece sign language as a baby. She's a 1 year old. 1 year old and 2 months or something like that. And we teach her like, this means thank you. Or no. I don't even know what the sign language is. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Or this is
Right.
please. This is please. This is more. And like she's learning those little like cues.
Yeah.
And I think that's so
Just call
cool.
you cut me off.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. Yeah, no, we're not teaching her that one.
Yeah, good.
And
Not yet.
I mean, she'll learn it, obviously. But, like, my mom, her grandmother, is so prominent about, like, don't teach her cuss words. She's like, why are you doing that? Type of thing. And I was like, I'm not teaching her cuss words or anything like that. My niece is so cool. I know you showed me a picture of your, was that your nephew?
Nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That was did I meet her, or his mother?
My sister?
Yeah, did I ever meet her? We drove by her house that one day that we went on that, like, muddy ass.
Yeah. I don't think you met her. No.
No, I don't think I ever met her either.
Yeah, but
But
she's doing great.
That's her son.
Yep. Yeah, she's my only sister. Cammy.
Sammy?
Cammy. Yep. Cami. What's up, dog? So, it's interesting, though, talking about language, because it's kind of this whole... It's a symbolization of what's going on in your head, so you're basically translating your thoughts, but at the same time, your thoughts are in a language, so that's kind of weird.
That you've learned and you grew up with, you know? Like, I feel like if I grew up learning multiple languages, that language would be different, I guess.
Yeah. But, well, it's interesting because your language is a symbolization of reality and things that aren't in reality.
Language can be
So it's like...
manipulated so easily, too.
Yeah.
And...
There's a deep fake video of Joe Rogan promoting, like...
Deep fake? What's deep fake? I've never heard of that.
Deep fake?
Yeah, it's just like a fake video of someone
It's a fake video that looks real.
Oh, like the AI shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
It's an
I've seen that.
AI generated video.
Not like maybe the one that you're talking about, but like I've seen like the video of Joe Rogan saying something that was like completely AI-esque.
Yeah.
What was he talking about in the video that you're talking about?
He was promoting steroids or something like that, and it wasn't actually him. It was
an AI. Dude, AI has gone so far.
It's gone way too far.
I don't know if it's gone too far. It's gone like further than I was expecting. Not gonna lie.
Dude, when we're older, shit's gonna be fucking crazy.
That's scary to think about. Not gonna lie. Like, what's gonna happen in another 5 years? I didn't even think AI was gonna be. Okay, well they had Elon Musk talked about it for a little bit, about maybe 2 years ago, earliest that I remember at least, and in another 5 years, dude, that's gonna be something different.
Yeah. Well, we've had artificial intelligence algorithms, right? You know, to pick what videos we're gonna watch next, things like that. Like how far the nearest store is, things like that. But now it's gotten crazier because now they can.
Navigation, right?
Yeah, like navigation. But like now they can create whole like human sounding things that mimic humans, basically. They can talk like us. They can look like us.
Fucking the skin people.
Skinwalker.
Skinwalkers.
Yeah.
Those guys are fucking. Oh god, those guys are weird.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna have skinwalkers on our screens 24/7 in the future. I'm sure they'll have like robots that can just shapeshift and whoever use someone's voice. It's gonna be fucked up.
Dude, this is gonna be so weird. I don't know, dude. Like when we get to that point where it's like too far in
Never.
like AI-esque. Like when does somebody say like, all right, maybe this is a little too far what I'm developing?
It's only gonna be too far once it starts killing people. Like a lot of people.
It's too late, though.
Maybe. I'm not sure though. Well, hopefully not us.
Yeah, nobody is going to get hurt tonight.
Not tonight.
Unless it's myself and I injure myself somehow doing something stupidly.
Like snowboarding.
I've been doing that so often, dude. Oh my god. Snowboarding. Last weekend, pulled my hammy doing like a little race. Honestly, that doesn't hurt as bad though. As the week progressed, I was like, I did leg day today. Like it didn't hurt that bad. You know, that was a good day. Yeah.
Leg day is rough. I honestly can't do a good leg day alone. I have to be with someone, specifically my girlfriend, because she pushes me.
Yeah.
But
I feel like girls and their leg days are so much more difficult.
Yeah.
Than a guy were to do leg day, you know?
Well, we just don't want to do leg day.
Yeah.
At least I don't.
Since I injured my shoulder in January, the entire month of January, I did leg day pretty much twice a week. And I could see a difference in my legs. My fucking quads, they're pretty solid, not gonna lie. But I think the entire month of January just kind of put me on a good like leg day track to where it's like I'm not gonna miss leg day anymore. And I want to be able to be pushed again, where it's like that's gonna. I don't know where I was going with that.
So, have you ever seen the movie? I think it's called Reverence.
I don't think I have.
It's about this skin trapper, Hugh Glass, who gets like stranded in the wilderness. He has to crawl on. He just has to crawl like 200 miles out to this camp or whatever because he got attacked by a grizzly bear. You know, so this guy, he there's like this quote in the movie where there's this tree standing tall, and then there's this lady narrating, and then she's like, "Hey, if you look at the top of a tree during a windstorm, you'll swear that it'll fall. But if you look at the base, you see that it stands sturdy." So with that being said, how do you see that in context of making leg day a priority and building up your leg strength and making sure their roots are strong?
As a therapist, like massage therapist, I see leg day as our like roots. You know, like if you build it from the legs up, you're gonna have a good foundation to build a good upper body, mid torso, and ultimately your arms, your limbs, right? You know, and I think if you have good quads, there is so much that you can do with good quads just in regards to knee pain. If you have any sort of knee pain and you're doing like leg extensions, that knee pain is gonna dissipate so easily.
Really?
If you think about it, you're just creating muscle mass around that joint and you're creating stability. Stability is so good. Stability, you know, you're a fucking root,
Yeah.
you're moving around and you're just
It's like a
gonna-
cushion for the
you're
knee.
You're gonna have a good foundation, good cushion to build a better upper body, upper torso, all that stuff, dude. So like, I think it like relates so easily.
Oh, take it. Yeah,
I gotta-
we can cut this part out. I'll be right back. You going out with Zach?
Yeah, I'm not gonna drink though. I mean, I've had enough here to where it's like,
Yeah.
I just want to play pool, honestly.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
When's he picking you up?
He's gonna meet me down there, so I'll probably end up driving down there. I'm okay to drive though, you know.
Sounds good, man.
This is fun though. Like I have a conversation like this.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, do you think I'm a good roommate?
Yeah.
Dude, I think you're an amazing roommate. I'm so glad. Like,
Good, man.
Okay, is there anything that like pisses you off that I do? Like I feel like I play too many video games every now and then, and I've been trying to get better about that. Not gonna lie. Would you agree?
That you play too much?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care, man. I don't think you play too much.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what else are you gonna do?
That's the thing about being a massage therapist. You're not working the same hours that like the 9 to 5 job. You know, like you're working half the hours, but you're still getting the same amount of pay, which is really fucking nice in my eyes. Because like obviously I'm not doing much with my time. I plan on doing a lot more with my time. Getting my Hawaii license and whatnot. It's winter. I do so much more stuff during the summer.
Yeah,
spring.
it's cold outside.
It's cold outside. There's not a lot that you can do.
Yeah.
You know, like if I was out during the summer, then I'd be like jumping off tubs or other things, you know. I'm
Yeah.
so happy that like this new location that I'm working at is right downtown because like I'm just gonna be after work. Just go off, jump off tubs, you know. That'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
We were talking about something though. I feel like.
Some do with roots, but
Yeah. Massage, or I was talking about massage therapy and how that links to what you were saying about.
do you think as a human being you need like strong roots in something in order to like have meaning, in order to stand tall, be firm in your decision making, etc., etc.?
I do. I mean, if you don't have strong roots, you'll end up haywire or going down the wrong path. You know, I feel like my roots kind of connect with my family ties and like my family in general. Whereas if you had a good upbringing, you can have good roots, and those roots will kind of make you fucking blossom into a fucking giant tree in the end.
So you've been reading the Tao Te Ching?
Yeah.
And like,
I have been. Not that long. And I mean, it's been a few days. I've been reading, like what I was telling you earlier, with, like when Zach was here, 1 page a day, as the so like I've been reading 1 page a day as our days progress, right? And trying to be thoughtful, mindful of what I read throughout that day. So today was.
it was like, do not contend.
Yeah, do not contend was the biggest.
Like, be like water.
Yeah, so it said, best to be like water, which benefits 10,000 things and does not contend. It pools where human disdain and dwell. Close to the Tao, which is well-being, basically. It also goes on to say, live in a good place, keep your mind deep, treat others well, stand by your word, make fair rules, do the right thing, work when it's time. And then it also goes on to only do not contend and you will not go wrong. So I asked you this morning what the last part meant, because that was most puzzling to me about this entire thing. Only do not contend and you will not go wrong.
It's like, don't struggle.
Don't struggle, don't argue, and you won't go wrong. Is basically what I kind of got out of that. Like, if you have the opportunity to, like, let's say like you're going out, right, and some guy presses you about something, whatever it may be, like, hey, you spilled a drink on me, hey, your girlfriend's hot, and you're not trying to, like, fight that person, right? I feel like the best opportunity is to kind of like de-escalate that situation and back out of that.
Yeah.
And then you won't like have any problem. People that try and go and seek out fighting, in my eyes, are the worst human beings. People that try to like hit women or any type of thing like that, that just is fucked in my eyes. Not gonna lie. Sorry for the language.
It is fucked.
It is. And I have 3 sisters, dude. Like, I grew up with not necessarily a feminist household, but like we respect women.
Yeah.
I respect women. You and I respect women. And it's just people that don't, in my eyes, is fun. Super fun.
Yeah. No, like when people say just like super fucked up shit about women, or they just hurt women, they do anything wrong like that. Like, you have to respect them, because
you have to respect them, and that's what pissed me off today so much.
Yeah.
About my fucking manager, dude. My manager. I've been thinking about that all day today. I got called out for being a playboy, basically, breaking too many hearts, and around the workplace. And obviously, yeah, I get that the workplace is not the place to have relationships, But so many people build relationships in the workplace. Not necessarily.
It's your whole world, man.
It's your whole world. My parents fell in love in the workplace.
Really?
That's where they fell in love. My dad was in the same office building as my mom, and they went out together and had a great time. You know, that's like not necessarily what I was trying to do, but I just wanted to try.
Yeah.
You know, and it just like, I don't know. It kind of made me upset that my manager called me out. Like, my love life has nothing to do with
your business.
Okay, obviously it does a little bit because I'm a massage therapist.
Yeah.
And if it has something to do with client-therapist counterference, you know? Mm-hmm. If it's coworker, that should be nothing. You know, that shouldn't be brought up. That's between the coworkers, in my eyes. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense.
I was so upset. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is a little weird.
What is?
Just the conversation that I had with her. My coworker, or my manager.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was very in the moment and tried to be like water. 10,000 things.
Yeah.
I was thinking the entire time, let's try and de-escalate this situation, you know?
Yeah.
And I did. I thought, at least. But you never know what somebody else is thinking. And that's kind of what I feel like is the hardest thing in life. You never know what somebody else is thinking. You never know if, like, they're on the same mind
wavelength.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. Well, do you think that it would be easier if you did know what they were thinking? If you knew what everyone was thinking, if you could read minds, you'd think life would be easier.
No. I wouldn't. I'm an overthinker. I overthink things so much. So, like, if I knew what they were thinking and I knew if everybody was thinking, it'd be too much for me. Overwhelming type of thing, you know?
But, like, here's the thing. When you're talking, you can't really think. Like, you know what I mean? Or, like, sorry, when someone else is talking, it's hard to, like, think unless you're not paying attention.
Yeah,
so,
that's why I think I'm a good listener. I know you were saying that earlier, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's a nice idea, you know, knowing what everybody else thinks. But being able to communicate. Sign language. Perfect universe. We fucking missed it.
You got ChatGPT now.
Yeah, but that's AI. And, like, what are you going to tell the chat? Like, make a universal language? Can we do that? Can we do that?
Let's look it up. Let's see what it does. Go to ChatGPT.
Oh, my God. No fucking way. Did I just come up with something? Yeah, right.
Let's just see what it does. Unfortunately, they can't really. I guess they can see it, but is this mirrored? No, it's not. Shit. I think the video might mirror though once it. Oh, I can mirror the video later.
Yeah, because
when I'm editing
now
it.
The universal language, I think the most communicated language is Mongolian, isn't it?
Oh.
And then English?
Well, I mean, that's the reason why we live in United States. We live in separate states because even the states with a small population still have equal representation with everyone else, right? So
it's a common language is what you're kind of saying.
China, or Mongolian is, or Mandarin. Is what you're saying.
That's what I meant, not Mongolian. I apologize.
Mandarin is a common language in China, which has the highest population in the entire world and of all the countries. So yes, it's the most spoken language, but that's also because the people who speak it live in the most populated country.
Yeah.
Right? But is it the most diversely spoken language amongst the whole world? Right?
No.
As a percentage wise.
I mean, I've never been to Asia.
I mean,
so I don't know. I mean,
like throughout the whole world though.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably not.
Can you design a universal language
For the entire world. That's a
for the entire world? What's called like the Tower of Babel or something in the Bible?
Really?
Have you heard of the Tower of Babel?
I guess that would be considered a universal language if one religion is kind of like seen and realized by each and every like language or country or person.
Yeah. Cuz like what was it? They all lived in like one place, right? And they all spoke the same language. But then they kept building, so and then
I don't know.
like God gave everyone different languages so that they all couldn't communicate and they couldn't build the rest of it. So and then they all had to disperse, and that's like the theory of why people all speak different languages. I mean, obviously it's not real, but it's very interesting as far as like when people start to try to become gods, at some point they can't communicate with each other anymore, and then they give up. It's like once humanity gets so much intelligence, so much information, we all end up not being able to communicate because there's so much information out there and everyone's getting different information all the time. So no one is alike anymore. So it's impossible to communicate at a point.
That's where I think we're going too far with this AI thing. I want to know what it says, yes. But
Oh yeah, it
is
said
that
something.
Too far? You know,
Man, it has a lot to write on this.
Oh,
Are you ready?
Yeah, I mean, you can read it, but you can give the gist if you skim through it.
As an AI language model, I can provide some insights into creating a universal language for the entire world. But the task of designing a universal language is not a simple one. Many people have tried to create universal languages throughout history, and none of them have been widely accepted. One of the biggest challenges in designing a universal language is ensuring that it is easy to learn and use for people from diverse linguistic and cultural backgrounds. It would need to be simple to learn quickly, but also rich enough to express complex ideas and concepts. So ideally, it would also need to be easy to read and write, so that it could be used for written communication as well as spoken communication. So it needs to be efficient, it needs to be easy to learn, and simple. So another challenge is that,
complicated.
but yeah, complicated, exactly, because it has to be able to describe everything, right? But that's the thing, you can always create new words.
Yeah.
So
language is so cool.
Yeah, it is.
But it also is so
Manipulable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. I mean, it's like magic. You could say something that gets someone to do something or change something. What?
I'm gonna go wash my hands really quick.
Oh yeah. I'll read some of this. Another challenge is that people already have their own languages and cultural identities, may be resistant to adopting a new universal language. Additionally, there are many different ways of communicating non-verbally, such as through body language and facial expressions, which would need to be considered when designing a universal language. Given these challenges, it is unlikely that a single universal language could be created that would be accepted and used by everyone. However, there are already some languages, such as English and Mandarin, that are widely spoken and understood in many parts of the world. English, in particular, is often used as a lingua franca in international communication and commerce. Additionally, advances in technology such as translation software and machine learning are making it easier for people to communicate across language barriers. In summary, while creating a universal language is a difficult task, there are already existing languages that are widely used and understood, and technological advancements are making communication across language barriers more accessible. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Mandarin and English, if you know those two, good on you type of thing, you know?
Yeah, then you probably speak most places.
Yeah.
Or
people
not most places.
But people will know those languages type of thing. I think that's a good start, but like, I don't know. What's that like point? You know, like, where do we like all come together type of thing? Do we all want to come together? That's the thing. Like everybody has like different ideologies and shit like that.
We don't all want to come together. That's a problem. Because it's in our brains to disagree with people. And especially it's in our brains to fear things. It's in our genes to fear things. And we're going to fear what's different than us. No matter what, because it's like a safety thing. Because if something was different than you like 20,000 years ago, they might kill you.
Oh God, yeah. If you met somebody from like 20,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Gosh.
They like see you and like, what the fuck is this thing? Like, fuck that shit, man. I ain't getting killed by this guy wearing shorts and fucking weird ass leather shoes.
Yeah, they're fucking wearing fucking furs and shit like that.
No, it's like that.
Can I read you my favorite quote out of
Yeah,
this
go for
so
it.
far? So the best one that I found was where is it? I'm not that far into it. I'm like 7 days, a week maybe into this, and it's like 80 pages long.
Yeah, you're trying to savor it. Just reading one page a day.
80 days.
That'd be hard.
It's good.
To just read
I'm
one
excited,
page,
you know? I'm excited to see where like this takes me, type of thing. Okay, here it is. So this first half and like mostly like first like 3 quarters is kind of like but like the last quarter of it is where I really got it, right? All right. Heaven and earth are not kind. The 10,000 things are straw dogs to them. Sages are not kind. People are straw dogs to them. Yet heaven and earth and all the space between are like bellows, empty but inexhaustible, always producing more. Long-winded speech is exhausting. Better to stay centered. And I find that last part, the long-winded speech is exhausting. Better to stay centered. The most like mind fuck of my entire life, because like I've always been the type of person to like just start a conversation and like kind of like just try to keep it going type of thing, you know? Okay. Yeah, she's like
Back. Go over there. Good girl. All right, but yeah, long-winded speech.
is better to be centered. So like
What does that mean?
trying to stay within your like own headspace and not trying to drag the conversation on and like I don't know, it's just for some reason that just like took to me and I was just like long-winded speech is exhausting to where it's
Wait, let me put this dog outside.
She wants to play.
Let me put this dog outside.
Oakland.
Dude, how fast he fucking ran out there?
Oh yeah.
So what does like being centered mean in that context?
Being centered in that context, like sorry, being centered in that context, like in my head, it means keeping the conversation going long enough, but not making it exhausting, like to where it's like, why is this conversation keep on like going type of thing, to where it's like it can be used in everyday type of thing, you know, like I don't know, just better to stay like in your own head, in my opinion. Like it's better to like kind of just hang out there and just I don't know. I feel like I'm always in my head, you know, being an overthinker. I'm always in my head. Being centered is kind of where it's like all those thoughts, you know, are kind of like agreeing in one centered point.
Well, when you're centered, what does that mean? If everyone's centered, that means they're in the center. And if they're all in the center, that means that they're together, right? And one person isn't talking more than the other. And they're all kind of balancing these things so that they're in the center and they're together in the conversation. They're in it. And everything's connected within the conversation. Yeah. And it's not exhausting because it feels like something that's flowing.
There's a flow. You know, if there's not a flow in a conversation, I think that's when it gets exhausting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because when you can see the other person engage, that means basically they're in another world. They're not in the center with you. So you're not keeping it center.
I also think that if, as myself, like if I try to explain something too far, then that's going further than that center point, and it's like, all right, they're not understanding what I'm saying, and I need to kind of drop back, rethink my thoughts, and try to go at that direction a little more cleanly, and try to make them understand a little better.
Yeah, and you also have to kind of like follow what your mind is telling you to say. Don't like force whatever's coming out of your mouth.
No,
like keep it center in your heart. Speak from your heart, right?
I completely agree. Like taking deep breaths before you speak kind of grounds you. And going back to those roots and shit like that, you know, it grounds you to where it's like it feels good. It feels like there's a flow. It feels like there's something to talk about, you know. And I feel like being centered, being grounded, being rooted, if you will, is something that I really draw to. I'm an earth fucking person. I love being outside and shit like that. And it's who we are, you know? Like, we've come from the fucking ground.
If you could go to Mars, would you? One-way trip?
What was that?
If you could go to Mars, be the first person, would you go? One-way trip?
Would I survive? No. Yes, I would go, though.
Probably won't survive.
Probably wouldn't survive. I would go, though. Yeah, definitely. Who wouldn't? You know, be the first person on Mars.
I mean, honestly, I'd say here, man, my life would be way better.
Really? Yeah.
Think, man, you get there. Wow, I'm the first person on Mars. Wait, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
On Mars, away from everyone on Earth. I'm never gonna see water again. Shit.
Be that fucking hero, though. You know, like
you would.
Be that person who's like, what's your legacy? Oh, I'm the first person on fucking Mars. And that's what, like, dude, I hate the word legacy almost sometimes, dude. Like, you like have to. I don't know. It pisses me off sometimes, almost to where it's like, you want to leave a good legacy, but getting to that legacy nowadays is a lot harder.
It is.
In my opinion, at least.
Like, trying to leave a legacy.
Yeah. And not necessarily a family legacy.
But your name behind.
Your name. Because family legacies are a lot easier to leave behind than just your name and what you made type of thing. Family legacies, you can have some fucking twat that you met. Yikes. I didn't even say twat. Fucking woman.
You know, just a little bit ago we said we were respecting women. Damn.
I do respect women, but it's also,
I'm just fucking with you.
Respect me in the same eyes.
Yeah, you twat.
Yeah,
Fuck.
everybody calls everybody a twat. Anyways.
I was kidding.
I've never said that. Not gonna lie. That's kind of crazy.
But not just some random lady.
You can meet some random person on the street and have a family with them. Will it be a good family? No. Will it have a legacy? Yes.
Wait. Wait. How do we know that this random person you didn't meet on the street, how do you know the family's not going to be good?
Okay, I'm just saying it might not be good. It might be good, it might not be good. But, like, you've seen so many families that you just meet randomly where it's not going to be good. And
no, agreed.
You'll have a legacy, though. Will it be a good legacy? That's the thing. You never know.
You never know.
That kid could grow up...
And it's not you. It's the family that they're meaning. The last name.
The last name, yes, exactly. The last name is a legacy. But that kid, associated with that last name, that came from a terrible family or a divided family, not rooted family, right? Not fucking rooted family, could grow up to be an Elon Musk or some shit like that.
Yeah.
and make millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, though. And then that legacy has somehow become a fucking amazing legacy.
That is true.
I mean, it's just... Life's so weird, dude.
Yeah. I mean, we probably all descended from, like,
The
a few
Indians.
people.
The Indians on... or not the Indians. We were talking about it earlier. Weinstein.
Yeah, Eric Weinstein and those people. There's this uncontacted tribe that's technically owned by India, but they don't allow any people to go there. They want it to be a sanctuary for the people who live there. Of course, they're always violent when people come through because I think 300 years ago, this Englishman came through and he tried to kill him, and they just like kill that motherfucker. And then, and then ever since, they've just been not wanting anyone to come there. They have no idea that India owns them. They don't know anything about modern technology. Totally uncontacted.
AI exists.
Yeah.
Imagine that mind fuck. If,
Yeah.
like, one of them came to like the United States and say like, or fucking wherever, and just like typed in AI generated something.
Yeah.
That just blows my mind, dude. It's like how were those people not evolved? How did they not evolve the same rate as you and I?
The people on the island?
Yeah.
It's not really about evolution. It's more like, disconnection. And that's the thing, though. Like, what does evolve mean? Evolve just means change.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that our lives are better than theirs,
No.
right? Because, like, many people could say their lives might be better than ours.
In a sense, yeah.
Could be a lot better, actually.
More simplistic. I'm a simplistic dude.
Yeah.
I'd fucking go over there, hang out with them for a little bit, probably kill
Yeah.
me, or not kill myself. They'd probably kill me. But that's so crazy to think about, dude. It's just like, how did they?
Totally uncontacted. It's like looking back in time.
I don't understand.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are like still hunter-gatherer tribes that aren't uncontacted. Like they know people, they know the outside world, know all that's going on, but they think it's ridiculous. They're like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Like,
they just hunt, gather, and eat.
Wasn't there I feel like I've heard this on Joe Rogan. There was a tribe in like the Amazon.
Yep, the Hadza.
That like worshipped airplanes because they saw them like.
I haven't heard this one, but
so, like,
say what it is.
I heard it on like Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see, but like I heard something that like there was a tribe, I don't know exactly where, that worshipped airplanes, and whenever there were human like contacts and like other like European type esque or like whoever it may have been contacted that tribe officially, there were like sculptures of airplanes, and they were like almost kind of worshipping them, and I just was like.
For some reason, I think I'm pretty sure there's like airplane looking things in Egyptian, like.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know if they were necessarily airplane-esque, but like kind of like spaceships.
Yeah.
And the hieroglyphics. Yeah.
That kind of brings back to Epstein though, in the fact that he brought up that tribe thing.
Yeah.
And then he was like, what if we're that tribe and we're owned by some interplanetary civilization and they're just not allowing people to visit us because we're an uncontacted planet, essentially.
Yeah, I don't, it's something to think about. Like, I honestly think there's life out there. If they
Wait, I said Epstein? It's Weinstein. Eric Weinstein, not Epstein. Let's just correct that. Not fucking Epstein. Not Epstein. We don't like Epstein. Fuck Epstein. Glad he died. Yeah. Eric Weinstein.
Weinstein.
Okay.
Amazing physicist, dude.
Yeah, smart guy.
Did you hear that? Like, or were you gotten far enough in that?
I listened to the whole thing.
I didn't listen to the last hour, and he was talking about this other physicist. I forget his name, that was so far advanced
Yeah.
that he had never like wanted to like talk.
He was afraid of
He
him.
was afraid of him, and I was like, imagine being so fucking smart to where somebody's afraid of you, and I'm like, oh, dude, that was so crazy. I was like, and he,
Like they're intimidating. That's how
so
smart they are.
intimidated. Like, do you think that person's a skinwalker?
Maybe there's just like this alien that like is skinwalking, and they're just like, I love pretending like I'm a really smart person because really I'm an idiot.
That's just the craziest thing to me. It's just like you have to have the best genes, or just like, be committed so far, like fucking the gravity guy.
The gravity guy?
Einstein. Never
Yeah.
had sex in an entire life, you know, like.
Wait,
died a virgin.
no, that's not true, dude.
Yes, it is. I
No.
swear to God, I learned
No,
that.
no, Einstein had a wife. He had
shit.
children.
Good for him. Good for him.
I'm pretty sure he beat his wife, though.
Oh, not good for him. Not good for him. Fuck that dude.
Hey, but he was smart.
He was very smart.
A lot of smart people are also kind of evil. Unfortunately.
Yeah, the guy who invented the atomic bomb. What was his name?
Oppenheimer. But he just led the project. He didn't invent the bomb.
Yeah.
I don't know who actually invented it.
Yeah. Lots of evil people out there, and it's just.
Well, is the atomic bomb evil, though?
Yeah, and they were talking about like neutrons and shit like that in Weinstein.
Yeah.
Like, in podcasts, and that's just kind of brought me back to that. And yeah, dude, Weinstein's such a smart dude, and I had never heard of him, or I did, but like not necessarily looked him up. Or, like,
Well, I saw a YouTube clip.
Oh really? What
And,
was it?
and then I was like, okay. And then I watched the podcast. It was a YouTube clip of the podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'll go check out that podcast now.
I heard his name once before that.
Yeah.
But not necessarily like looked him up or like was on my radar before that type of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And it was a good listen. I'll probably still listen to the last hour. It was 4 hours though, you know.
Yeah,
like,
it's long.
Like, it's a long podcast.
Well, I just like listen to it in like breaks.
Yeah,
you know, I'll be at the
like,
gym,
my
listen in
breaks
the car.
are, like at the gym type of
Yeah.
thing, you know. That's when I like driving.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's good, you know. It was a good podcast. I started the Protect Our Parks one.
Yeah. The newest one.
The newest one?
Yeah.
That was funny so far at least.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out.
Those four are just fucking
No, check out what?
comedians. I want to go to a stand-up show.
Oh, me too.
Stand-up
Yeah.
show would be fun.
Never been to one.
Nor I don't know if I would see just some random one in our area. You know, like I feel like just
I don't
some
know.
random one you have to be in a big city type of thing.
Dude, but what if you're witnessing like the greatest comedian of all time in some random stand-up thing? It's just like his
See, that's
12th
the thing.
show.
That's the thing is that
And it's
if
like,
it's some
You
great-
laugh your fucking ass off.
I
You're on the
hope I
floor.
do. I hope I do. It's some random place like Spokane, Washington is probably like where you would go.
Yeah.
But it's not that type of place. Like you as a comedian, I would hope as this like upcoming comedian, you would hope to like be in those like Joe Rogan-esque type of places like in California or like
Texas.
New York, Texas.
I want to go to Austin.
Phoenix, Florida. I want to go to Austin too. I feel like Austin would be kind of cool.
So, like, what do you think about like woke comedy, or like wokeness in general?
Okay, I've never been to a comedy or fucking comedy show or anything like
Yeah.
that. So I don't really know what it would be like. I mean, I'd be open to it, obviously. But like woke comedy, I don't know what you mean by that.
It's just like, so like a normal comedy, there's like a lot of like, so many different kinds of jokes and shit.
I'm a dark humor
Yeah.
person. I like dark humor for some reason.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you're doing woke comedy, it's kind of like, you know how people like child-proof things?
Oh.
That's like
I see
what
you're
woke
saying.
comedy is.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Or it's like being in that like ultra liberal, ultra modern liberal mindset.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, like I don't think it's like bad. I'm just saying like I feel like you go to something like that, but you go to something like Dave Chappelle, or you go to something like Bill Burr.
I feel like the more like super like woke stuff is like almost too dry.
Yeah,
And
it's too dry.
and
You gotta be shocked.
you gotta be shocked. It's I don't know. Yeah, I would go to one, you know, but like I don't know if I would like go to a second one.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be more fun. Like it'd just be cool to like go somewhere. Then they say things that you wouldn't ever even think that someone would say.
That's the funny thing, you know. Like it's like
oh shit, that guy just said that. Then you like laugh because it's like you're
oh,
like uncomfortable, but you're also like shocked.
Realize that just happened, type of thing. You know?
Yeah.
I get that way so much with like honestly like when it comes to like my field of work, massage. Like you'll get a massage and you'll see, or in my sense, when I get a massage just from another massage therapist, I'm learning in that setting. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, I didn't realize my fucking arm moved that way or my leg moved that way. It's like you're learning, and I feel like in a sense, it's helpful. It's helpful, you know. So that's what I just kind of like drew my mind to that. I don't know why.
Yeah, it kind of just like you kind of like just get it all, and then you just like feel. Especially like in your profession, you're like helping people relax. You're helping them kind of go on their days, kind of heal and things like that. That's gotta feel good.
Yeah, it's definitely a satisfying job. Like job satisfaction is probably like 8 out of 10 on
Yeah.
the scale. You know, like obviously you'll have those like clients who are rude, you know, or I don't know. Just it's a good job in my opinion.
So like, one last question for you, because I know you gotta go soon. So did you think, or did you feel like this profession? Do you feel like you kind of flowed to it, like down a river, and you ended up here?
I definitely do.
Now you're kind of just flowing through the motions.
I mean, I definitely chose this path, but in the end, I'm glad I did choose this path, just because it has brought me that aspect of like being self-aware and being able to flow. Like there's an energy in massage therapy where you're just moving and it all kind of relates. You're not just standing there massaging someone. You have to be using your entire body. You have to be moving back and forth. There's body mechanics to this career to where it's not just something you're doing in like a day-to-day job. You're going to that job to create a well-being, a recovery, a plan for this client. In a sense, if they're willing to do it for themselves, and that's the thing. Most of my clients are self-aware to where like they realize massage therapy needs to be in their like not daily, weekly, monthly, whatever it may be, lifestyle.
Yeah.
In order to have a good life. And yeah, I think it does help me flow, you know. And it like water. I mean, it's nice. It's in everything, in my opinion. It's in us, water. It's right there.
Yeah. Did you ever watch The Last Airbender, Avatar?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think all those kind of represent what life's all about. Like fire, passion. It's like the life force. Water. It's our main like keeps us hydrated, right? Keeps us on a flow point. Keeps us alive. Keeps us cool. And air. We breathe in air. Earth. We get our food from the earth, etc., etc.
Yeah. I'm definitely a more earthly person than I would say water.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hunter.
I'm excited for this season, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I know you are.
I sent you a fucking.
Yeah. I don't think I watched it yet.
It was just some giveaway that was like.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Type of thing. It was like, oh,
I remember.
tag Greg. You know, see if I get something. But yeah, I'm excited for this spring to go back out there and try and see if I can find some sheds. I want to find some sheds.
Definitely. That would be cool.
And scouting.
Definitely.
What book did you read?
Oh, this is a book that I picked up at the library. Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-Five.
Oh shit.
It's kind of like an anti-war novel, but it's funny.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of goofy a little bit, but it's this guy who he's an unreliable narrator, right? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
It's when you can't really trust what the narrator is saying is really what happened in context of the story, right?
Okay.
So the narrator, well, it's in third person.
His own agenda, the narrator.
Yeah.
How he wants to see things, but how things are actually going.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the person, the protagonist, it's in third person. He's kind of like, I guess he can travel through time. He travels back and forward without even asking for it, without controlling it. He just randomly travels forwards and backwards in time. So it's as if like time is all just one field.
Okay.
Right? And he gets abducted by aliens. The aliens tell him that, everything's all happening at once.
I was just gonna say, like, I could read this book. It sounds interesting as fuck.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it is.
Why did you bring this book?
Oh, why did I bring it?
Why did you bring this book? I brought this one just because, like.
Oh, I mean, just in case I felt like talking about it.
Okay. I was just curious. Like. I mean, I definitely. That sounds interesting. I'll read it. You've read it, obviously. And
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
Well, the main philosophy in there is that you can never die.
Okay.
Because time is all happening at once.
Time is continuous.
Time is now,
Time
right?
is now.
It's always now.
Oh, yeah.
The future and the past, they don't exist. Or maybe they always
Time
exist.
Heals all, but it also kills all.
Yeah, exactly. And soon we're all going to be dead. But there's also going to be more babies born, and more people are going to go on living. We'll just be gone. So.
More legacies.
More legacies. All right. Peace out.